Now, out of the four of us, is it true only one has seen the second Joker movie?
It's true.
See, that's not the language thing.
It's how do you say it? Folie à deux. Mike liked it. The rest of the nation didn't care for it that much. I think it's at 33% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it's gone down since we last spoke.
Yeah.
Correct.
Michael defended it, and that's great. Here's what I want to talk about. Let's see if we can come up with the top 5 most disappointing sequels of all time.
I love it.
I'm down.
Thank you.
I'm down to play.
Thank you for your participation. Who would like to lead this discussion?
I can do it.
Yay.
Miss Kendall?
Wonder Woman 1984 was a piece of garbage.
That was terrible. And we needed it because it was kind of during where we didn't have a lot of shows.
Yeah.
It's like 2021.
Yeah, we all really wanted to like it.
We wanted to love it, and it was garbage face.
They just missed the mark. They had all the great original cast. Spoiler alert. They really did have most of the original cast back. But they just didn't tie it up right. They didn't lean into the 1980s, like the really fun, kitschy thing you could do with the 80s that Stranger Things has nailed.
Yeah, they also really dropped the ball with the bad guy. Kristen Wiig was this weird, is she cheetah animal?
Thing.
Is she not an animal? It was just I don't get this. And it was was it metaphors? No, she actually turned into an animal.
Are we supposed to not like her? Because I feel like we're supposed to feel bad for her.
Yeah, I did at first. I was kind of rooting for her to kill a bunch of men.
Go, girl.
Wow.
Go, girl.
Didn't happen. Okay. You know, if you're bringing up COVID era movies, I thought about Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't know if that was a reboot or a sequel, but that was hot garbage during the COVID era.
It was weird. There was a lot of weird characters they brought in for the audience where you're like, okay, so they're also part of this universe.
It was basically a commercial for Warner Brothers properties, and some were just bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, we have a very firm rule on this show that there's a 30-year rule. You cannot do a remake. You can't do certain things. And I feel like they were too late to do a sequel.
Yeah.
But they were too close to sort of remake it and reimagine it.
You said it perfectly.
Yes, you nailed it. But I will say this, that does not apply to Gladiator. Thank you. For sequels.
Are we? Oh, yeah. No. I mean, Ridley Scott gets a hall pass.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're trying to craft a top 5 here. We got a couple on the sheet. Where else? Where do you want to go, Mike?
I would like to go to a movie that had a fantastic catchphrase. Right when you thought it was safe to return to the water, it wasn't. Jaws 2.
Jaws 2
was actually a terrible movie, despite, like you said, having the opportunity to build off something that was amazing.
There was moments in that movie I thought, I want the shark to win. And I don't think that's what they were going for.
Right. And then a young Rocco saw Jaws 3D in the theater, and that was also not good.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, we could put the Jawses on there.
I have no argument for or against because it was so bad I didn't watch it.
Okay, this one seems obvious. Speed 2.
Oh,
Cruise control, baby.
I've got a little bit of the trailer here.
If you didn't catch the bus,
Let's bust the transmission like a car, because I've done that.
you won't want to miss Annie! The boat.
We're getting
It's a lot. Keanu.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock signed on that, and I thought, why? But it was the beginning of her career, so Girlie was desperate.
Keanu Reeves legit has said, I read the script and said no.
You ever seen a boat crash into an island for 24 minutes? Because that's how long it takes for that boat to go from water to eventually coming to a stop on an island. It was 20 minutes of real
Spoiler
time.
alert.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
Oh, good point, Kendall.
I was really looking forward to seeing that. Okay, yes, I have heard that one was really, really terrible. I would like to throw Dumber and Dumber 2.
oh yeah.
Well, I got a little clip of that, too.
Oh, once you roll me inside, we'll get the nurse to take the catheter out of me.
We don't need nurses for that.
But don't you have to...
That was a prequel, but they were older by 10 years. Maybe that was part of the stupidity. I got to admit, when I watched the trailer today, it was funny.
Did you play
funny.
Hold on.
No.
Did you just play Dumb and Dumber-er? Because I'm talking about Dumb and Dumber 2.
I'm pretty sure that was the trailer I grabbed it from.
Okay,
Okay,
there's
but
Dumb and Dumber-er. That's the prequel.
Yeah, I was going to say the prequel, kind of funny.
I'm talking about the one where they the only funny scene in the whole thing is when they go and they run to get into the back of the bus, and it's one of those shorter buses, and they run into the back of the bus. It's the only part of the whole movie I laughed at.
I might be just learning now that there was a third Dumb and Dumber. Is that what I'm learning?
I think so.
Wow,
I think
thank
you're
you,
thinking of the
Well,
prequel.
Dumb and Dumberer is When Harry Met Lloyd. That was
Yes.
the prequel
Okay.
that didn't involve the two characters.
Which one
Correct.
involved the catheter joke I just played?
That one was actually Dumb and Dumber 2. So
Okay,
you got it
thank
right.
you. I got that
Oh,
right.
you did get it right?
Jeff Daniels and
Thank
Jim
you.
Carrey were not in Dumb and Dumberer.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Or maybe they were
They were not, no.
I don't think they were.
Okay.
In
They were not. So good job, Rocco.
Thank
Bad
you. I
job, me.
got
It
a
was so
half
bad,
credit.
though. It
Okay.
was so bad.
How about this?
Okay.
I wrote you little rockers, but I meant to write little fockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was the one with Barbara Streisand and
Dustin
Hoffman. I got a little clip of that.
Little fuckers.
I'd like a few minutes alone with him just to erase what he saw from his memory.
No. You're not going to erase my son's memory.
Yeah, that was involved in an extended Viagra joke, I believe.
Yeah. Listen, I think when something is so crazy and it's like lightning strikes, right? Like the milking of the cat, just don't try to do it again.
No, it's pretty bad.
I have, I think, what is the highest grossing worst movie of all time. This movie did $1.3 billion. It is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, when Jurassic Park, the series opened up, we saw this beautiful brontosaurus, and it just took our breath away how large this creature was.
Yes.
By Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, that same type of dinosaur was in the basement of a mansion being sold in a black market.
Yes.
Like, in the basement of a mansion. How could it fit in there?
It was really bad.
It was so terrible.
I took my nanny kids to this, and at one point I was like, you can go on your phones, because they were all like, come on, let us go on our phone. Fine.
$1.3 billion at the box office.
It was bad.
As the resident old person on this show,
Thank you.
There were some big movies from the 70s that had bad sequels. Grease had Grease 2.
Oh, that's brutal.
Saturday Night Fever had Staying Alive, which was has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Zero?
Yeah, there's a couple movies here with 0%.
Oh, my.
Blues Brothers had Blues Brothers 2000.
Not great.
There was Caddyshack 2. There was Ghostbusters 2. All of those were pretty bad. Just
They
throwing
made a
them out there.
Caddyshack 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had instead of Rodney Dangerfield, you got Jackie Mason. It wasn't super funny.
Record, I like Ghostbusters.
I think I have a clip
too,
that
but-
shows how unfunny it was. This is Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase.
Tell you what, if I pull the arrow out, will you please suck out the poison for me?
Caddyshack 2.
Is there any money in it for me?
Why are all these trailers having a medical issue where someone has to pull something out?
Is that
you're
all
right.
they've got is funny medical humor? I don't get it.
Oh, Brittany, you brought up Troll 2, which was so
Oh.
bad that there's a whole movie about how bad it is, right? Have you guys seen that one?
So I'm obsessed. Yeah, Troll 2 was something I kind of fell obsessed with in my 20s. It's actually not a sequel because there's no real... it's not... It references zero trolls in the movie. It was made by a director who doesn't speak English, and you can tell by the dialogue that he has his characters do. Troll 2 is one of the, and this is not only my opinion, but world-renowned, worst movies that ever existed in the history of the world.
Yes, but if you get a chance to watch the movie about how bad it is, there's a whole documentary, right? And
Yeah.
it's funny.
It's hilarious. And actually, Troll 2 is so bad, it's good. There's so much on there where you go, no, what? And, it's enjoyable. So I guess in that world, I don't know if it's, but
Now-
Troll 2 is something worth watching.
I remember a few weeks ago when we crowned Best Baby in pop culture history, and one of you
Yes.
picked Super Baby or Baby Geniuses.
Baby Genius.
Yeah,
was that
thank
Kendall?
you. Of course it was me.
Super Babies : Baby Geniuses has 0% on based on
That's the
46
sequel,
reviews.
though. That's the sequel. That's not on me.
I
It
will say.
stars John Voight and Scott Baio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big names. I did go into a weird little rabbit hole because I missed this. I think I was a little too old for this. It's a weird plot overall, both movies. The premise in general, it's not great.
Fantastic.
It's not great.
There's babies being experimented on in a laboratory and being adopted, just thinking experimented on, but it's casual.
Don't worry
Fine.
about it.
Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Speaking of babies,
Yes.
Son of the Mask.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I do have a clip of that.
Jamie Kennedy.
Honey, I think it's time we trade up.
Alan Cumming.
This is a fake. Yes, but it's a good fake.
Ow.
And introducing Otis as Otis the dog.
Buckle up, baby.
Yeah, that looked terrible.
Yeah.
Oof.
I remember watching at least half of that.
So how do we get to a top 5
Yeah,
here?
how
Are we
are we gonna
thinking
get
like,
there?
I'm thinking a good way we can do this is the original movie did the best.
Ooh, that's
and then
pretty
the
good.
second one just was terrible. Because all these movies we've mentioned, all have been horrible, equally horrible. So maybe we go with, this was an excellent movie. This was the best one. And it had a really terrible sequel.
Should we all pick one from our list? I know this is a unique
that's a good
premise.
idea.
We all pick one from our list and then we figure out one together
Oh, I
because
like
we
it
haven't even
so
gotten
much,
close
Brittany.
to it. All right,
Sounds good.
Kendall, you get to go first.
Okay. Do I want to stick with my Wonder Woman 1984 or am I going to throw in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean?
This is literally your choice.
I would like,
This is
a little
Kendall's
bit of
choice.
it. I would like a little feedback. I like
Leave
feedback.
Pirates alone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will do Wonder Woman 1984. That is my choice. Final answer.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the premise of, what did really, really, really well? Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Good choice.
Good job.
I will go with Jaws 2, as the first one was so revolutionary and the second one was hot garbage.
I will go, and this is controversial. There's some people out there who stand for it. I'll say Grease 2.
Thank God.
Nice. Now, our fifth pick is where we actually get to fight. I do feel like Little Fockers would be the one I would like to bring to the fight.
Cars 2?
Ooh.
Hey,
That movie was terrible.
it's not that bad.
It's not that good.
I know.
I think we could. Okay, I didn't even bring this one up.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think we could go with Caddyshack too.
Ooh.
All right, I'm fine with that.
I'm okay. Just going
Caddyshack
Caddyshack
was
2.
so fantastic, and then you're like, what?
All right. Number 5. Here's what we got.
Well done.
Wonder Woman 1984, Speed 2, Jaws 2, Grease 2, Caddyshack 2. Those are the 5 most disappointing sequels of all time.
Congratulations, filmmakers.
And actually, we're all forced to watch all 5 during Project Down and Dirty.
We should.
That'd be
Oh
fun.
my God.
It'd be so fun.
or make Steve watch them all.
He'd love them. You know that he'd be like, "That's Little Fockers is my favorite movie."
I think one of his favorite movies is like Santa Claus 2,
Okay,
The Clauser or something.
more closet. Thank you so much, Rocco.